The way I kind of transitioned from being a DJ at the nightclub to being a professional marketer is by simply understanding that I don't want to pursue the career in electronic music and specifically to be a DJ, and I needed some other profession where I could learn and excel. So I knew that I wasn't very much interested in design, like in web design, and I wasn't very big fan of programming. So I realized in IT, one other area that seemed interesting to me was marketing and specifically search engine optimization. This is how I got my first entry-level job, and things just escalated from there. The way we differentiate is by focusing on search engine optimization specifically. So some of our competitors, they try to become like a digital marketing tool for everything, while Ahrefs is specifically focused on search engine optimization and helping you create content that would be discoverable in search engines. For that, we try to create the best tools and features, and we don't try to create many of them. We try to be focused and create just the fundamental things that people need, and we create lots of educational materials because we want to provide people with the tools that would help them optimize their websites and create content that would be discoverable, but we also want to teach them the fundamentals of SEO, and we try to promote the idea that SEO is not some secret technical black magic, but it is something that can be learned by pretty much anyone. So the best blogging advice that I can give to people is that don't focus on writing about things, focus on doing things. It's one thing to read a bunch of articles by other people and rewrite your own version on your blog, but essentially you're just creating copycat content that no one is interested in. But when you actually read articles by other people and try to act on the things that they are teaching, that they're explaining, that they're sharing, and then you would write your own article based on your own experience where you tested something, when you tried something, then your content would be interested. So yeah, try to be an interesting person, whatever industry you're blog in. Try to do interesting things that you could blog about, rather than read blogs by other people and create copycat content on your own blog. The best thing you can do to accelerate word of mouth is impress people. So do something that would be impressive to your customers, especially as opposed to some competing products. So for example, if you're selling soap, try to first of all create the kind of soap that would drive people nuts with its texture, with its smell, with how pleasant it is to wash yourself with that soap. Or try to impress people with the packaging, make it super beautiful, make it personal, etc., etc., etc. Make people happy about using your product, and of course make people successful. So whatever they want to do, because people who want to use soap, they want to be clean and they want to smell good. So make sure that your product achieves whatever people buy it for, and try to impress people so that they would want to talk to their friends about your product and recommend it. That's how you accelerate word of mouth. So the way to create content that would stand out is to be a journalist rather than a writer or a copywriter or a content marketer even. Because many people, when they think of creating content, they just think about opening Google document and writing some words on it that would later be published on a blog. But what journalists do, a journalist can actually join some criminal group and do assignments for them for a year just to infiltrate and understand how it all works, and then later write a column for New York Times about how a certain criminal group operates. So be more like the journalist. Do things rather than just open a Word document or a Google document and write an article. So I don't understand why B2B content is dull in the first place. It doesn't matter who you're speaking to businesses or customers, B2C or B2B, it doesn't matter, because eventually people will be the ones. It's not the company that is reading an article. It's not that like the board of directors gathers in a room, they pull up your article on a big screen and start reading it to like a group of 10, I don't know, C-level executives. No, it's like individual people are reading content. So make sure that your content is well written for the persona, for the reader that you want to actually consume this content. That's all about it. If you think that people will enjoy boring content, then create boring content. But if you think that the people who you are speaking to, even those like C-level executives, if they want a well-written piece of content that has some jokes, that have some memes or something, do this and they will thank you for that. We have an email list of people who we send an email to. We have a following on Twitter. We have our Facebook group with our customers. There are some platforms where people follow us and we distribute our content there. But to reach more people, we use ads. So we use Facebook ads, we use Twitter ads, and pretty much any other form of advertising where we can advertise our content, we do this. But the most important thing, the most important way how we advertise our content is by ranking in Google. Because if your article ranks at the top search results for whatever problem or keyword people are searching for, it is free advertising for you, because people who are looking for the solution to their problem are discovering your content. So the best way to advertise your content is to make sure that it ranks in Google for whatever topic is about. We don't. That's the funny thing. We think that people make a decision to become your customer before they sign up for the trial. So in our case, the trial is paid, which is very uncommon for software companies. It's not often that you would see a company charging you to even test their tool, but we do this. And the reason we are able to get away with it is because people consume lots of educational materials on our blog, on our YouTube channel, from our courses and from interviews like this one. So they already understand how our software works, what kind of results they would be able to achieve with it. And this is why we don't really need to do anything after they sign up for the trial. They're already sold on the software. All they need to do is just go to whatever tool or feature they wanted to try using and make sure that this feature does what we have promised it does. So yeah, we don't bother about converting trials into customers. We bother about educating general audience that our tool is awesome, and they make decision to become our customers before they even try it. It takes time and effort. If you want to outperform larger competitors, you have to play the long game. You have to be building your reputation for a while. You have to invest lots of effort over a long period of time. There is no shortcut to magically ranking over like the big brands, big companies. All you need to do is consistently put in the work towards ranking well. So for Ahrefs, again, it's not that we started ranking the next day after we started implementing some SEO and content marketing strategy. No, it took us like 5 to 6 years to get to where we are today. So SEO is a long-term game. And if you're unable to outrank your bigger competitors today, don't give up, just keep doing it, and eventually you will be able to wrestle with them in the search results. A vanity SEO metric would probably be how many times you use a certain keyword on the page to make it relevant, to make Google think that your article is better optimized for ranking for some search query than some other articles. I would never pay attention to those kinds of things. A good metric to monitor if you want to rank well in Google is how many other websites are linking to you and specifically to the page that you want to rank well. Because when other websites are linking to your page, they give a signal to Google that your page is notable, that it deserves ranking well, that this is the best page there is on this specific topic. So if you want to rank well, you have to make sure that people are linking to your website, that people are mentioning your website online and linking to it. There's no answer to this, and I believe this is why it is a dilemma in the first place. It depends on your resources, and it depends on the search queries that you're targeting. You might have tons of different search queries that you need to create content for, so you will have to create new content very fast to address all those search queries. Or you might have like a few dozen search queries that are extremely important for your business, and you want to rank for these search queries in the first place before you try to address any other search queries and rank for them as well. So it depends on the business and on the resources that this business has. Ranking well in Google is about essentially two things: creating the kind of content that would answer a person's query, so addressing the search intent and answering the question properly so that people would be satisfied when finding your search result in Google. And second, getting links, because links help Google understand that your page, out of like thousands and sometimes hundreds of thousands of similar pages, your page is the better one. So as long as you create the kind of page that properly addresses whatever a person was searching for, and you get some links to that page, you'll be good. It is our own tool. If we're talking about marketing, the tool I rely the most is, of course, Ahrefs. Another tool that I rely on is, of course, Google Search Console, because this is a data about your search performance from Google themselves. If people need a recommendation of a good book that would help them to be a better marketer, I would refer to the classic, which is Cialdini's Influence.